and Barbecue. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Booze, Booze, and Barbecue. This is Andy.
And this is JoJo.
And we cannot thank you guys enough for tuning in. Thank you so much for telling a friend, telling your family members, telling your coworkers, spreading the good word, and telling people about what we're trying to do here. We just thank you so much for doing it. We really appreciate all the support. And we are just amazed by the outpouring of support that we've gotten from all of our fans, and we appreciate it so much.
Yeah, it's so great.
It makes it all worth doing.
It does.
And we have a very special booze of the day today, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
It is the Block 15, The Prophecies. It's a Belgian-style quadruple ale, and it is so good. This one just happens to be a 2015, which proves that this beer only gets better with time.
Right.
And I'm pretty blown away by it.
I am too. Yeah, because this is a new one for me. And when I took the first sip of it, I wasn't really sure what to think. But then the aftertaste kicked in and I was like, oh, wait, hang on a second. And I took another sip. And I was like, okay, yeah. And then I took a third sip and I was like, oh, this is good.
Then it starts to grow on you. Yeah. It's brewed with a Trappist yeast, and it's a very not a traditional Belgian style quad. Okay. But it is a very big beer, And it's got a little bit of that just funkiness that you would expect from something that's being made very small batch and being brewed with the expectation of you leaving it in the bottle and letting it age. The complexity of this beer really throws me right at first. I think it might have kind of had the same thing going on with you.
Yeah.
It's a blend of Cascade Range, Pilsner Munich, and specialty malts. And then added dark candied sugar.
Ooh.
And of course, the Trappist yeast.
Yeah.
And man, you just end up with all these different flavors going on. And it's this real explosion in your mouth, and you're just kind of left sitting there going, okay, what's happening right now? What am I tasting? What's going on? Because there's just so many different things happening, you know?
But it's a good thing.
It's a very good thing.
Yeah, you just keep going back for more because you can't, you pick up something different every time you take a sip. Yeah.
It's like when you said earlier that it tasted sort of like dates. That really blew my mind. I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's definitely there. There's a little bit of fig and date going on.
Yeah, fig and date.
And I was sitting here thinking, it's not like a citrus. It's not an apple-y. It's not exactly, I mean, there could be a little bit of like a dried apricot thing going on, but it's not really right.
But not quite. Yeah.
Right. So I'm not going to use my all-encompassing stoned fruit. Yeah,
it's sweeter than that.
Or as Chris would say, stoned fruit, because he's from California.
From California.
But yeah, it's got such a complex flavor, and it's got this real, dark brown color and then a tan head. And you know what I'm finding more and more is the more color that's lent to the foam on the top of the beer. Yeah. The more complex it tends to be for me. And I know that's kind of a silly realization
I never would
to make.
have thought that.
Yeah, if it's just got a really white, clear, cloudy head, I'm not going to mind the beer.
Right.
But it just tells me that this is going to be something that's not going to linger on my palate quite as long as something else.
That's interesting. I'm going to keep my eye on that and see what I think from now on. Yeah.
I just have to say, Block 15, kudos to you guys.
Oh, yeah.
They always make fantastic beers. I love the guys over there. As a matter of fact, we're going to try to get one of their brewers on the show here pretty soon. Yeah. See if we can work that out. But they always crank out good stuff. I love going over there. Folks, jump online, see where you can purchase some Block 15 your own. All their beers are super good, and they're everywhere. They're out there.
You can find them.
Yeah, go and find them. They're really, really good.
Actually, speaking of dates, that reminds me of just a couple weeks ago or so. My husband and I went out to Trinity Vineyards here in Salem. We're wine club members there.
I love Trinity.
It's great. Yeah. And actually, Steve Parker, who he and his wife, Cindy, own the vineyard. Steve has been friends with my father-in-law since they were kids. So, Steve Parker has been around my husband's family and in turn me, because my husband and I've been together since high school. So he's been around for a while. He's a super nice guy. His wife, Cindy, also super sweet. She is amazing at pairings. Yeah. So they had their wine club member pickup party here recently, and we just happened to get some amazing weather here in the Willamette Valley, which is pretty early for us, but it was a Saturday. Very welcome, yeah. It was a Saturday, and I knew it was coming up, and I was kind of keeping an eye on the weather, and as soon as I realized it was going to be like 78 degrees and sunny, I was like, we have to go. Like, forget everything else, we're going. So she paired a Grenache with a date, like a whole date that she had stuffed with a couple of different kinds of almonds. And then she dipped it in chocolate and sprinkled some almond crumblies on top. And that in and of itself was so delicious. But then to pair it with their Grenache, it was just like mind blowing.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mind blowing.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, anyway, so we're sitting there at Trinity with Steve and Cindy, and we're getting our wine shipment picked up, and he pokes this flyer into our bag, and he's like, "Oh, here's our summer concert series we're doing."
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I was like, "Oh, fantastic." And I was like, "Oh, hey, Steve, would you mind if I plugged these on the podcast?" And he was like, "Absolutely, go right ahead." So here it is. This is Trinity Vineyards out in South Salem, Oregon. So if you are looking for something to do on either a Friday evening or Saturday afternoon, that kind of a thing, they've got a lot of stuff going on. They have they'll have a band. They have a food truck come out and serve food. So yes, this is a vineyard, but he also serves beer and cider.
Really?
Yeah. So even if you're not a wine drinker, you can still go. It's a $10 cover.
Oh, please. That's nothing.
It's nothing. Yeah.
To go and sit in the beautiful vineyard.
Yeah.
In the Willamette Valley.
And it's so gorgeous out there. He's on the top of a hill out in South Salem. So the view is just like you can see the Cascade Mountains on a clear day. I was about to say the
view out there is gorgeous. Astonishing.
Yeah. So the first one is going to be June 23rd from 6 to 9 p.m. And that is a band called Midnight Pass. And that's like a jazz, soul, rock kind of a band. They're going to have wood-fired pizza.
Ooh.
And they do encourage you to bring some kind of a lawn chair or blanket because they have seating, but it goes quick.
I bet it does.
Yeah. So bring a chair, bring a blanket, and hang out at the vineyard. It's a really great time. Another big one for us here is going to be July 28th, when they have Ty Curtis, who is a very, very hugely popular local artist here in the Willamette Valley. He's kind of a bluesy rock kind of a thing. Very talented.
Yeah, very talented.
Yeah. And a $10 cover to go see Ty Curtis.
It's not even going to be like an additional cover charge? Wow.
No. Yeah. So, and then the third really kind of a big deal for them is going to be August 12th. From 1 to 5 p.m. That is their Trinity 20-year celebration and pig roast.
Nice.
They're roasting a pig. Yeah. I cannot wait for that one. That one is a little bit more. It's a $30 cover, but
you're getting fed a pig roast.
You're getting fed a pig roast. Yeah. So still definitely worth it. So, huge shout out to Steve and Cindy Parker and Trinity Vineyards for making amazing wine and for being amazing people.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love Trinity Vineyard. And really, I love going to vineyards in the Willamette Valley, period, during summertime.
Oh, yeah.
It's so nice.
It really is. It's so relaxing.
I love the small family vineyards, too, because we have a vineyard that we really like to go to called Sass Winery.
Yeah.
And love those guys out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jerry, they're the best. And let's be real. A lot of people out there are the best.
Oh, I know. Yeah. That's that's kind of what wine does to you, I guess.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Well, when
good people make good wine.
Exactly. Yeah. When you meet people who are passionate about what they do and what they grow, it shows in the wine, and you can't help but catch a little bit of that.
Oh yeah.
When you're there, the feeling and getting caught up in the moment. It's so great.
Yeah. And when we were at Trinity, Steve was actually telling us a little bit about how they started that vineyard. And I'm not going to tell the whole story because I'm really, really hoping that he'll come on the show and tell it himself. But just to give you an idea, they literally built it from the ground up.
Really?
Yes.
It wasn't a pre-existing or anything?
It kind of was, but it was something that had been planted back in like the 70s. And then left there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's kind of good news, bad news, because you've got this old vine growth that's from the 70s. It's not that old, but, it's established. But it's in such disrepair because it's been left to do its own thing.
Yeah. I don't want to get into too much detail about it because I'm really, really hoping he'll come on the show, but it was bad.
Oh, I bet it was. Yeah. I've heard people talk about, what it takes to get a vineyard started, and the numbers are scary. I mean, the numbers are freaky, Go ahead and just plop down $10 or $15 million up front and then wait 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
And it's just like, man, how could you do something like that? There's a winery for sale. I don't even know if it's a good winery, to be honest with you. I've never been there. But it's not too far from where we live. And so I really want to go down and check it out sometime, but it's for sale. It's been for sale for a long time.
How much are they asking for it?
2.9 mil.
Oh, and that seems cheap.
That is cheap. Yeah, it is cheap because you've got this established vineyard. I don't know how old the grapes are. I don't know what they taste like, but you're getting the house, and you're getting the tasting room, and you're getting the warehouse and the tractor and the equipment and all of it.
Oh, wow.
You might even be able to get your money back by parting the place out. I don't know.
Maybe.
But, 2.9 mil.
How many acres is it?
I think it's 25.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Seems like a bargain.
It does, right?
Also seems like a red flag.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's down a ways past us. It's not to Eugene. But think sorry, people that aren't from Oregon. But
like Harrisburgish?
Yeah, and then go west.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The coastal range, it's not the worst thing in the world.
No.
I don't think it's going to produce the worst vineyards either.
No.
A lot of wineries are up through there and produce some really, really good stuff.
Yeah, good point.
But does seem like a bargain. You're absolutely right. Throw some red flags.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of a bucket list thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's right up there with when I win the lottery, having never purchased a ticket, and once I have my my airplane hangar filled with cars and all that stuff.
And there's still millions of dollars coming in.
Oh yeah, no, the cash train never stopped.
Right.
Yeah,
because this is
Yeah, I've won the big one, so it's like $500 or $500,000 a month. I won the big one, y'all. I'm adding to my trailer.
Oh yeah. What's that song? I won $100 on a scratch off ticket. I bought 2 12-packs and a tank of gas with it. She said they were a waste of time, but she was wrong.
That's right. Hey, cheers to that.
Cheers.
Speaking of complex flavors, I took down a maple tree on my property.
Okay.
It was dying. The bark was black. We had an arborist come out just to kind of make sure that we were all on the up and up.
Yeah.
We don't live in an area where they're going to try to, fine us for taking down a tree or anything.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. I'm not going to cut it down if I don't have to.
True.
But the black bark and the, the woodpeckers going around the bottom of it and stuff, those were telltale signs for me.
Yeah.
So we had a guy come out and, I just said, what do you think? And he said, probably give it 3 years before it falls over or splits in a bad storm. So
yeah,
I just figured, well, let's just go ahead and take it down. And we got it down. Man, it was a lot of work. But to reward myself, I had thrown a turkey on the smoker.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And it's one that we just had in the freezer. It was after Easter, it was on sale. And so I picked one up and just threw it in the freezer for a rainy day.
Yeah.
And it certainly wasn't rainy that day, but I decided, hey, you know what? I deserve a little bit of something. # treat yourself.
Nice.
Well, so I didn't use my typical turkey spice rub or brine or anything like that. I actually just went with a very traditional barbecue rub.
Oh, really?
I did, yeah.
Interesting.
I did. And Jolene's saying, interesting, because I had her try some of this turkey earlier, but didn't at all tell her what went on it or how I cooked it.
It was delicious.
I thought it turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
I had never done just a straight up barbecue spice on a turkey before, but,
I didn't even realize that's what, I mean, it didn't have, like when you think of a turkey, you think like turkey dinner and you get your typical kind of, I don't know if you use rosemary or some people like sage. There wasn't any like herbiness really going on, but it was really good.
A little easy on the sugar, heavy on the other spices.
Okay.
And then I rolled it a little bit hotter than you'd typically do, ribs or something else. Like I ran the smoker about 275, 280.
Oh, okay.
So it was kind of hot smoked, not exactly hot smoked, but definitely was done faster. I think it was 5 hours, start to finish.
Pretty quick.
It's pretty quick for a turkey. And it wasn't a small turkey either. It was, 17 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I was pretty happy with how that turned out. And then immediately...
So was I.
Well, that immediately got me thinking, man, I've just been doing way too much for Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I am not doing... I mean, don't get me wrong. My wife's recipe where she leaves it in the apple cider for 4 or 5 days.
That's true. I've had that.
Oh, yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
Stuffs the body cavity with oranges and does her own rub on the outside. It's amazing. But I tell you what, man, it is a process.
Oh, man. Yeah.
And on the days when we want to cook turkey, but that process is just a little bit too much or it's a little bit too late to do that, I'm not going to hesitate to just rub that thing down and throw it on the smoker. Yeah,
because that was really, really good. For sure.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of smokers... So I got a new toy.
Oh.
It's called a Bighorn Ranch Fire Pit with a grill.
Ooh, so it's exciting.
Yeah, it's one of those fire pits. And it's big. It's like 40 inches across.
Oh, wow.
And it's got this big adjustable height grill grate on it.
Oh.
And I'm looking at that just going, oh, yeah, we are going to do some open pit barbecue.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep.
I'm already on Craigslist looking around at people that have like maple and oak firewood to be delivered because I know I'm going to need more wood than I have. Yeah, can't wait to do it though. Can't wait to just have
That sounds awesome.
Oh yeah, can you imagine a clear day? Bunch of friends coming over. Yep. We got burgers. We got hot dogs. We got,
yum.
Maybe we got some ribs on the backside, something like that. Can't wait to do it. Can't wait to do it.
Yum.
We're going to have some chickens that are ready to butcher here in just like a month.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking I definitely need to find a way to cook those over an open fire.
Oh. Heck yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
Have them or something or quarter.
I'm thinking like a spatchcock. I won't, well, maybe I will. I don't typically press them down because with a spatchcock, you split the bird.
Yeah.
Typically you're splitting down the front, the separation of the breast meat and you're laying that out flat.
Right.
Some people will just cut out the back.
Really?
And lay it out flat that way.
Oh, okay.
But typically you use hot stones or bricks that are wrapped in tinfoil or something, and you lay them on top of the bird. And that's technically what spatchcock is.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, lots of fun coming.
Yeah.
Lots of fun recipes that I'm going to be experimenting with.
Cool.
And boy, this is happening just in time because we're starting our new series. Every day is a different post.
Yeah.
And this is going to make for a perfect Fired Up Friday.
Absolutely.
I'm getting super excited. I've got some really interesting stuff that's coming up. I'm going to be doing some videos and some recipes. Yeah. And it is just going to be so much fun.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Oh, yeah. We have tons of content that we're ready to just put together and put out. And we know you guys are going to love it. And we can't wait for everyone to hear it and see it and read it. And it's going to be just so much fun.
So get your little fingers there warmed up and get ready to start throwing out some comments. We want to hear from you guys. We want to know what you think about our content. We want ideas from you for content.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because we wouldn't be doing this without you guys.
That's right. It's all about you guys and your support, and we want you to be part of this with us. So send us some ideas and recipes, or a tip or whatever you got.
Yeah, we want to hear it, and we want to.
Yeah, we'll give you a shout out.
And if you're giving us bad advice, be prepared to be debunked.
Yeah.
Well, JoJo, we have hit the booze and we've hit the barbecue.
Yep.
And we've got a little bit of booze talk, don't we?
We do. Yeah, this is fun. So, as you've heard on our previous episodes, I have a little bit of an addiction to the Drive Tribe app. So, I apologize that sometimes my social media presence comes sort of in waves. If you notice that. And when you don't see me out there, it's because I'm on Drive Tribe. I get stuck in it. There's so much good stuff.
We gotta get our own tribe.
We've got to get a tribe. Yeah. Yeah. We need to get on that. Anyway, so this, one particular article posted on Drive Tribe by Jack Richardson and a tribe called The Classifieds. And the article is called 7 Weird Innovations in Car Design That Never Caught On. And
in all fairness, I only agree with like 3 of them.
Yeah, me too. Me too. There were some of them where I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. He's over in England. So I don't have any idea what he's talking about. That.
Well, so like the first one he has up here, rotary engines.
Yeah.
Rotary engines, except for the fact that they're still being used in airplanes and boats and air compressors. And so
they might not have caught on in cars, but they caught on.
Yeah. So we're just going to go ahead and skip over that one.
Yep.
The built-in vacuum cleaner, of course, that was a one-hit wonder. Yeah. Come on now.
Right.
He's being cheeky.
Oh, yeah.
Everything about the TVR. Okay. Ha.
Right.
Automatic seatbelts. He's got a good point there.
He does. Well, I think it's really funny because he's like, why didn't these catch on? And to me, I was like, it's pretty obvious why they didn't catch on. They were a nightmare.
Yeah, they were a built-in choking machine.
They were a built-in choking hazard. And then when they quit working, there goes your shoulder strap. You either have to take it out or leave it behind you, and there it is. Your seatbelt is broken. You can't use it.
Well, yeah, because either it's stuck back, which is your best case scenario.
Right.
Or it's stuck forward, and now you only have a lap belt.
Right.
So, yeah, there's obvious flaws there.
Yeah.
And it's like you said to me, how many times have you been holding something in your hand and that seatbelt starts to come across? Yeah. And we're not used to having them now. Right. And so it catches that hand and you're fumbling around with it going, oh, no, don't, wrap me up in this death trap.
Yeah. And the next thing you know, your beverage or whatever it was you were holding is spilling all down your front.
Exactly. I'll tell you my favorite, though, was the pedestrian airbags.
Oh my gosh, I love this picture so much. I don't know why it's so funny. That's terrible of me. I mean, it's clearly a crash test dummy. Obviously, it's not a real person.
I'm telling you, man, Volvo had to have done this just as a joke.
I would, yeah.
They had to have had the top brass in the observation deck, and they're like, hey, boys, check this out.
Having beers, smoking cigars.
And then this inflatable mattress comes shooting out of the hood as they hit this crash test dummy. So amazing.
Oh, I love it.
It's so funny. I love it. And it got us thinking about some of the things that were the real things that were supposed to be in the cars of the future that really never caught on.
Right.
And the first thing I thought of was all of the, not just the digital dashboard stuff, because the digital dashboard, that's its own thing.
Yeah.
People try to do the digital dash. We're actually kind of swinging back around to it because you have things like the Lexus, LFA.
Yeah.
And it revs too fast to have an analog gauge. And so they had to put a digital dash in, and there's actually a monitor that has a fake dash on it. And you have the S2000, which is pretty much the same way. It's, got the digital tachometer or whatever. But you know what a few car manufacturers were trying to do right around that same time?
Yeah.
Was a voice in the car.
Oh, yeah.
Not like a voice control like we have.
Right.
But a voice that would say your door is ajar. Or your seatbelt's undone. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that never could have caught on.
No.
Let's be real. No. It was a novelty act to begin with.
Right.
And then it just got annoying.
Oh, yeah.
Because speaking of things that are broken, your door switch breaks or your seatbelt buckle breaks, and now it just sits there going, "Hey, buckle up," the whole time you're driving. That'd drive me crazy.
Yeah.
There'd be some kind of a car murder rate if that ever caught on.
Oh, yeah. People would just be like randomly driving their cars into all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
We had an 88, I want to say, Chevrolet Suburban. And it was pretty nice. Like my dad had it lifted and nice tires on it. But you know what was really cool about it? It had a car phone. Like an actual phone.
Yeah.
Mounted in, because it was bucket seats up front and like a console in the middle. And there was a phone, like a telephone with like a cord and everything. Like you picked it up and dialed a number and it worked.
That's so funny.
Yeah. I'll never forget. I was at school and not feeling well. And so I went to the office and I'm trying to call my parents to come get me. And I try the home phone and there's no answer. So I was like, oh, I'll call the car phone. And my dad answered, but he was about an hour out of town fishing. So, but oddly enough, it worked. Like he picked it up and answered it and could hear me and yeah. So,
and we have better coverage now. And
we have way better coverage now. Yeah. So, but yeah, that obviously did not catch on because cell phones.
Exactly. So. Well, and you remember the small gap there where we had cell phones, but we didn't have Bluetooth connectivity or anything. And so it was still sort of, you had to have this thing. It was in your hand and you were talking on it, but it didn't have the cords attached.
Right. It was just like a glorified cordless telephone that you could put in your pocket and take with you.
Yeah. Not the earliest ones, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Speaking of things that we remember fondly from days gone by, that brings us back around to our smoking dealer smoking a doob.
Oh, yeah.
And I've got a special entry for you guys today.
Oh, special. So special.
The posting title is Fast and Furious Cavalier.
What? Oh my gosh. Be still my heart.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing.
It's pretty something.
Now, to give the devil his due.
Yeah.
This thing has got some interesting stuff. So
it does.
It's the 2.2 Ecotec engine from Chevrolet. It is supercharged. It has the GM Performance supercharger kit. It says that it has a B&M shift improver kit, which I suppose shift improver kit because it is an automatic.
Wah, wah.
It's going to give you real consistent times when you're bracket racing, maybe.
Maybe.
It's got rear disc brake conversion, 2 10-pound nitrous tanks.
Yikes.
Custom painted to match the car, by the way. Yeah. The rear tails are a JDM spec custom kit. This is a Chevy Cavalier, right?
It says Cavalier.
Well, whatever the Toyota counterpart was,
I guess,
from back then, it's got those tail lights on it. The locks are all shaved, custom hood, carbon fiber, custom paint with airbrushing. The lightning on the back of it is a pretty sweet touch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Says if you Google Matt Cheerington's Stormfront, it'll show you more pictures and build information about this one-of-a-kind vehicle. And I'll tell you what, man, one of a kind.
Oh, yeah. We
can only hope.
Yeah. And like you said, it's got some good toys in there, but it's so ugly. I'm a little bit impressed with the paint job. Now, granted, these aren't like the best pictures, but the idea of the paint job, it's like a kind of a brighter blue on the top of the car, and it fades down to darker and then into black. It looks like a really dark blue or something. So I like that kind of ombre idea. I think it's really cool. It appears to, from what I can tell from the pictures, it appears to have been pretty well done, but there's
been a lot of work that's gone into this vehicle.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, perhaps a relative bargain at $7,500.
Maybe. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, considering the engine, the supercharger, 2 NOS tanks, I mean.
If you're an up-and-coming drug dealer, then, hey, this is the car for you. This is the car for you.
I mean, hustler's gotta hustle. Am I right?
No, but seriously, this is going to be a fine car for somebody. It probably could use some updating. Really could use some updating. But, it has some really interesting and unique things that are done to it. I don't know if somebody's going to pay $7,500 for it.
I don't know.
But you guys are going to tell us, actually.
Yeah.
Don't forget to use your hashtags, smokin' deal, hashtag smokin' deal, or smokin' a doob, hashtag smokin' a doob. And we will see at the end of the week which one is the victor.
Right.
Well, whoever it is that purchases this vehicle is undoubtedly going to need some tools.
Yep.
And if they're anything like me, they make their weekly trek over to the Mecca of Harbor Freight.
Oh. The weekly pilgrimage.
And I'll tell you one of my favorite things in the world. And not just before I go into Harbor Freight, but while I'm in there, I jump on Harbor Freight coupon database.
Oh, yeah.
And it's really simple to find. It's just hfqdb.com. And I'll tell you what, man, there is a lone person that has put that website together, and it is incredible. People from all over the country submit coupons. He somehow is able to get them all uploaded and get the prices and the dates correct, and still has time to not only make a mobile app, but also a feature that lets you take a photo of the barcode and do an instant search for any coupons in the database.
Oh, really?
It is very impressive.
Wow.
Very impressive. And,
good for him.
And, he's just doing it out of his spare time.
Yeah.
This is, it's a labor of love.
Awesome.
And, of course, we like to show love to people like that are doing something really good for the community and trying to get something off of the ground. And, so we just want everybody to know about it and go and check it out.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Give them a click through. We all go to Harbor Freight at one point or another.
Yeah. You
can be the biggest Snap-on snob on the planet. You are at some point going to need a tool that you're going to ruin.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, I really need this wrench to be bent 5 different ways.
Right.
And I don't want to chop up my Snap-on one.
Right.
And have to weld it all back together.
Yeah.
Well, that's when you go to Harbor Freight. So do yourself a favor and do him a favor. Go past there and check it out. And go ahead and jump on his Facebook group as well. People put up different coupons that come in. He keeps everyone apprised to his situation and what he's doing with the website. And it can just be found at Harbor Freight Coupon Database on Facebook.
Okay.
Go out there, give him a like, show him some support, and let him know that Boost, Booze, and Barbecue sent you. And with that, I think it's time to bring it to a close. Is there anything else you want to talk about, Joe?
No, I'm all talked out.
Where can we find you?
You can find me, we have a Facebook page. You can find me and Andy on Facebook, facebook.com/boostboozebarbecue. You can shoot me an email at jojo, that's JOJO, at boostboozbbq.com.
And of course, I'm at Andy at boostboozbbq.com.
We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram.
My Twitter is Boost Booze Barbecue. And Joe's Twitter. I am Joe Francisco, or at Joe Frisco. And our Instagram, of course, is Boost Booze Barbecue. And the website, boostboozebarbecue.com. And we will be posting up everything that we're doing, the recipes and the projects, and every day there's something new to look forward to, and we're super excited to be bringing you guys all that amazing content. So don't forget, tomorrow's Thirsty Thursday, and we are going to be showing off some really incredible recipes. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. And so until next time, this is Andy. That's Joe. Thank you so much for listening and tuning in, and we will see you next time. Boost, Booze, and Barbecue.